There's something, an actual thing called the expert syndrome, and that is where we as doctors often are seen and positioned as the expert, and we think that our patients require us to know everything. And so when we get around our peers, we often don't, talk about our struggles. And I see this all the time in trainings when I'm training doctors. I see how they are dying to ask questions, but for the fear of other people's opinions and judgments, they don't ask the questions. And after the trainings, I get the WhatsApps or I get the emails. And so I want to tell you that it's not a weakness when you are starting in business. The ones that are here tonight, I want to commend you firstly, because it's taken a lot of courage to come here in front of your peers and to admit that this is an area that you need help with. So according to the way I see it, you have got a massive advantage over other people in the business at the moment. Now, this is an industry that is growing at 10.5% compounded annual growth rate of 10.5% per annum. So what that tells us is that we are at the moment in an industry that is rapidly rising, rapidly growing. There are more and more people asking for holistic treatments, more and more people open to aesthetic treatments, more and more people wanting to look well, feel well, and age well. And so if you can use this to your advantage, this industry, the way you need to set yourself apart is with business, making sure that you have a profitable business that can stand on its own, that can run on its own, and that can give you the life that you want. Now, the way that happens generally is through the confidence competence loop. So in the beginning, with any skill that we start with, we feel like we don't have the confidence to do the thing. Imagine the first time you had to work on a patient, the first time you had to do a Botox injection. You didn't have the confidence to actually do that, right? So how the confidence competence loop works is what was first, the chicken or the egg? We don't know. But the truth is, we need courage to do the thing, to become confident in the thing. And so the next 6 weeks will take some courage from your side to implement certain things. And the more you implement it, the more competent you'll feel with it. The more competent you'll feel with it, the more confident you'll feel with it until you implement the next thing. And so I just want to say well done to you guys for being here. Well done to taking out the time in a very busy day, after hours when nobody feels like doing it. But I do believe that I have huge amounts of information that I can share with you that will definitely help you in your businesses. So your business or yourself, you are either busy growing or you're dying. You cannot be maintaining. I would love for you guys to write in the chat box, if you can. Are you growing? Do you think you are growing? Or do you think you are dying? And if you are growing, do you know what percentage you are growing annually? Quickly write that in the chat box, and I'd like to see what comes up. Kaylee says she's in the messy middle. Anyone else? Okay, so the truth is you are either growing or dying. If you are not growing at 9% per annum, you are dying. The stock markets grow at 9% per annum. So if you are not growing at that rate, you are not maintaining, you are dying. Growth means over 9% per annum. So if you go and look at your last year's figures, what you essentially want to see is that every year your figures are growing by 10%. Your revenue is growing by 10%. Your profit margins are growing by 10%. And in that way, you know that you are definitely growing.